thinking. I got lucky.
You're gonna hear my audio.
The still is filthy.
This is what we call a real primitive still. Not many people put them
hear
in the
my
woods
audio.
anymore. But in this area, this rural county, where it's pretty common.
I'm done already.
That don't go up Mark's leg.
Things over. Let me go to my account.
Mash barrels. You can see you kind of got flies and everything. It's definitely not sanitary. You could have raccoons, any kind of wildlife. We're in the middle of the woods right now. Smells that is sweet, it's fall inside. Sometimes they'll drown. Product is expensive. They don't want to throw that product away. They'll take that animal out, maybe scoop a little bit out where it was in, and they continue the process.
It's probably pretty high.
Still smell the bleach in there.
These guys will just use anything that'll hold whiskey. Ain't that what you want to drink? This guy here could make about 50 gallons of whiskey a week. He's probably clearing about $700 a week clear money. That's really expensive.
But they need to catch the moonshiners red-handed to prosecute.
Yeah, you guys can hear my audio. That's all I need.
There's only one thing left to do.
Just ignore it. I'm gonna play multiplayer for a little bit. You know. Gotta do my goal.
Come on now. You look like a girl.
Chop, baby, chop.
Despite its poor quality, Rusty knows there's a ready market for this product.
There's a certain amount of the population that has a demand for it.
I mute them so they don't think I'm crazy. I'm just gonna talk to myself. I have to goddamn punch or I think that is. I'm gonna shoot real quick.
High alcohol content moonshine. And
oh, I guess trying to have to go to my YouTube channel. See watching today.
Rusty and his team have put this operation out of action for now. But as long as demand remains high, even the worst shine producers will stay in business. And that's bad news for drinkers.
People who are distilling it to make money. They don't care about quality control. They're trying to keep selling to people they don't know.
I think that was me that was watching. That's why I said one watching.
Dr. Chris Holsteg has a special interest in backwoods moonshine and its potential health risks. His findings show that many black market moonshine producers cut corners.
When you talk about bad moonshine, you're talking about people who are distilling it in items that you wouldn't want distilled in. We have about 50 samples of moonshine that we obtained from the Illicit Whiskey Task Force, and we found lead in the majority of the samples. They're using lead pipes. The heating process is going to cause the lead to leach out and become part of that alcohol. For example, some samples over 500 parts per billion.
That's over 30 times the legal limit for lead in drinking water. Over time, bad moonshine can be deadly.
We have no good way of getting lead out of the body, so it just keeps building up, building up. If they get high enough, they can cause your brain to swell, and that can kill you.
But Dr. Holsteg is aware not all moonshiners make tainted liquor.
We have a sample bias. So we're getting samples from the Illicit Whiskey Task
some
Force,
dude
big
who had high.
operations where people are selling these on the street, as opposed to maybe the local moonshiner who's giving it to neighbors or friends who can be much more careful.
I have to.
Back in the Appalachian Mountains, Roscoe prides himself in making quality liquor. It's crunch time. 3 days after making his mash, Roscoe and his buddy are back on the river, this time with a still.
I suck really. I can play on good, but I'm not good.
Roscoe uses a professional food-grade stainless steel barrel for his moonshine.
Check the mash situation, see how it
He's concerned that no
purifier
may have ruined his mash.
So.
Now comes the moment of truth.
Get this thing lit up.
As the still heats up, so does Roscoe.
Thing that I don't understand. Pay taxes on the corn, pay taxes on the sugar, pay taxes on my propane, pay taxes on all my equipment. Somehow when you mix it all together and light a fire around it, it's not tax. I just don't get it.
Making moonshine without a license and not paying tax on it are both felonies. But for Roscoe, there's no turning back.
All right, that's it. We're now breaking
his secret location deep in the Appalachian Mountains,
I have the same
Roscoe and his buddy were
camera
making
on my
moonshine.
knife.
The
Nice
mash
one.
died, and it's time to build the still.
The knife is okay, but it's not
The
great.
still head is a series of copper pipes
Yeah.
that turns vapors from the mash into an illegal moneymaker.
Now we're going to establish cold water to condense our alcohol vapors back into the liquid.
Damn, I tried to slide,
Roscoe uses
but
a compact
couldn't
modern
slide.
still that's both portable and able to produce extremely high-proof alcohol.
You got hot vapors circulating through a cold jacket of water, recondensing into a liquid, the purest alcohol. That's when you are an outlaw. You're stealing money from the federal government at this point in time.
But moonshine can kill. The first few fluid ounces of Roscoe's run are known as the heads. These contain stuff you don't want to drink.
I'm taking the heads off. That bad stuff in it. You always take the heads away. Keep your heart.
Be advised, hostile UAV.
Bro, I know there's a dude out here.
For Roscoe, the financial rewards of running his 55-gallon still outweigh the many dangers.
Let's see who's
Very
watching.
low overhead. This particular still, you're looking
Cause-
at less than $100 a full run.
See.
And if you sold all of it, you're looking at potential profits up to around $3,000. It's a very good markup, very low
Yeah, I
overhead,
don't know
but
nobody watching.
you're getting paid for your risk. Let's try to switch these jugs out, maybe get a taste here. That is pure as the driven snow. If I was a bet, you're looking at 150 to 160 proof right here. When you shake it up, the quicker the bubbles disappear, the higher the proof is.
No, that was just me.
That is a
Sure
full
is that.
gallon, clear as a bell.
So no, it's not know it. Or is
The moonshine trade means big
Yeah.
profits for the people
the
who
zero
distribute it,
watching?
bootleggers. But moving
Excuse
shine across
me.
state lines is felony tax evasion.
I'm just gonna take myself for a little bit because it's slow.
In Tennessee, a bootlegger is picking up a
bored.
major order.
Gotta be real careful. Pay attention to your surroundings. Just don't stick out. Very high stress situation every time. Probably one of the most dangerous parts of the whole thing.
When Ohio Mike delivers across state lines, he prefers to make fewer, larger deals.
Drop anywhere from 10 cases one place, 15
I'm
cases
gonna
another
try.
place.
Today, as always, evading capture is his #1 priority. He sets up deals in coded language on disposable
Wanna do this
burner
one?
phones.
People I used to
Hey,
sandwich with,
it's 100%
couple guys I deal with that are in the automotive field. And, I need that crank for that LS motor, and each one is the case of a certain
Sorry, my
way.
mic.
The further he travels, the higher the price he charges.
Everything that I take is already spoken for. After it leaves this state, heads up north or east or west, sometimes it skyrockets into $100 a jar.
Moonshine is no longer just a backwoods secret. It's spreading north to the cities, where its street value can balloon up to 400%. And that brings both competitors and imitators. In New York City, illicit booze makers have developed a drink of their own.
Search and destroy.
Yo, I got nutcrackers. I got a watermelon coconut. I got a blue one, it's like a blue Hawaiian. Guys love to drink. And if they ain't got no beers around, you gonna get them nutcrackers. That's how you get right.
Protect the objective.
You like the dog flip between one?
Bronx. An imp is cashing in on his homemade elixir of fruit juice, whiskey, vodka, schnapps, and rum.
INS.
Customer service is his top hustle. He sells frozen nutcrackers
I'm dead.
across all 5 boroughs.
Yeah, that's
Nutcrackers
good
is a
thing.
part of New York City uptown. It's like in our bloodline. The reason why people get nutcrackers is because instead of them being cooped up in the club and spending X amount of dollars for a bottle, they can just grab a nutcracker for $5, $10. It's cheap. you know, sauce to get drunk.
Over the weekend, Imp aims to make over $4,000, but a street hustle always carries risks.
There's so much activity going on, so any type of move you make it, even on the liquor, you gotta be careful because you never know. Police jump out and make it like a real hot situation for you. You don't want to lose your whole quantity. They'll take your whole shit and just dump it in the street. Yo, don't drink it too fast, player. The fucking police about to make niggas move right now.
Imp has got to think fast. If he's busted. It's a hot Friday in New York City, and Nutcracker seller Imp is double.
I asked in the store, but they trying to find my size. They said they had it in the back.
Switching operation ready point.
Fucking bitch.
He's in the Bronx, sourcing raw materials for today's batch of frozen nutcrackers.
I want to get 4 cases.
Like a moonshiner, Imp keeps his recipe a closely guarded secret.
The number one thing about nutcrackers is that everybody thinks they know the recipe, but they really don't know the recipe. You got vodka, you got rum, you got schnapps, and then just your different flavor. The actual street recipe is unrevealed, like top secret, like CIA.
Back home, he'll turn all this legal liquor into nutcrackers, selling them as a high-profit illegal enterprise.
These right here, $1,600. They go for $10. That's $150. $1,500. Let's say you just had $20 to your name. You can basically buy 1 bottle of each ingredients and probably make at least $300. Where can you go when you spend $40 and make $300 in an hour? Shake? Done.
A last crucial addition, dry ice.
You just pop one of those in there, and whatever this touches is gonna freeze. And you just zip it, and that's it.
With a trunk full of nutcrackers,
Where you at?
Imp hits the streets,
Oh, how many I want?
and demand is soaring.
4 flavors.
Get that special flavor. You know my shit. Like I'm calling for me and say, yo, me and my homie want a few, but he'll get here and it'll be an extra 5 or 6 guys that want some. So it's like you do the math. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yo, where you at exactly? Where's Jessup Avenue? What's that?
Singles are $10 a pop. Imp offers discounts to tempt customers into buying more.
The popular shit is the 435. That's what, you know, everybody likes the 435. They feel like they get something for free, you know. It's Friday, the American way.
As night falls, the demand keeps rising.
I have an advantage because I offer a service where I deliver. You will have local neighbors guys, you know, they just have nutcrackers on their block and you go to them. But for me personally, like, you know, my advantage is that, you know, I go to my clients.
You get I like the blue one.
That could be out sometime 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm into 15-hour day. You know, it can be.
For a hustler like Imp, any chance meeting is a business opportunity.
Yo, so you got my IG. You know what I'm saying? If you just deliver, just hit me, just follow me, and I'll follow back.
Alright.
Alright, do you think that? Alright, cool.
Imp has embraced social media. It's driving the expansion of his underground business.
Facebook, Instagram, you gotta learn how to utilize hashtagging, setting up the right keywords so when someone searches for Google, you think about something. You just gotta learn the game. Think about the nutcrackers, you can actually promote the nutcrackers more than you could in other products. You can't have a Crystal Meth fan page on Instagram. Yeah, I got nutcrackers there. That's on 35.
Delicious.
He's on target to sell 400 shots this weekend, and the night's still young.
You say you'll eat Fremont? In this business, we can pull in $4,000 in a 2-day span. It just depends on how consistent you are, because it's all about the product. If the customer is satisfied, they'll continue to keep paying for what you deliver.
Imp thinks his nutcrackers trump any southern imports.
If I was in the hillbilly woods, forget I'd be killing it. There wouldn't be no moonshine. Nutcrackers would be the moonshine.
But down in Tennessee, one couple has already cornered the market in flavored moonshine.
So we got 7 peach, 4 pineapple, 4 blackberry.
We'll do some peanut butter and jelly. And I don't use recipes, I don't use measuring cups. I've done it so many times that I sort of just know what it takes. I'll do the friendship food real quick.
Today they're under pressure to fill an order for an important client.
It's a custom order. It's what somebody specifically asked for.
They make 33 flavors, but they focus their business on supplying a very select clientele.
They give us basically how many of what they want, and so based on that, that's what we make.
Keeping large quantities of illegal liquor at home is risky, so they only produce to order, and they're eager to move their product fast.
We don't store it here, and the other side of that is if it's sitting here and it's being stored here, then obviously we're not making any money off of it.
Same thing in any economics class. As supply goes up, demand goes down. So you can control supply and demand like most manufacturers do, and then as more people want it, we can just get more selective on who we sell it to.
Our price doesn't vary. All the flavors are 20 and clear is 25 a quart.
What started as a hobby has become a crucial source of income.
In 1997, I was diagnosed with a small brain tumor, and so over the course of the last several years, I've had to have multiple surgeries.
Last year, Rebecca had to give up her career in nursing. Since then, moonshining has become a way of life for the couple.
That really kind of kicked us into gear to say we got to be able to pay bills. You know, I'm not going to live on the street. I have a skill set here that I can do to not have to ask the government for assistance and keep me from being a burden to this country.
And if that means I got to do something illegal for my family to eat and keep a roof over their heads, sorry.
Culturally, around here, we look up to our outlaws. If you're worried about going to jail, or if you're upset or concerned about breaking the law, then you probably shouldn't be doing it.
But there are plenty of moonshiners who are willing to risk capture.
When did you call him? Was it right at?
In Columbus, Mississippi, Rusty Hanna's alcohol beverage control agents are running a sting operation to catch a bootlegger. They set up a deal through a police informant.
He can't run nowhere. I know where he lives.
Jason Counts is the agent in charge of this operation.
It is running rampant. It is running rampant. I mean, it's a lot of moonshine everywhere, and we're doing our best to eliminate it.
Hey man, you got stuff?
We've already made one purchase. We purchased 1 gallon from the subject. About a week or so ago, we arranged for him to drop off 10 gallons, and that's why we're here today.
You know, that gravel road across from Cash goes back down to the river. Ain't nobody back here but me.
Today, the violator could possibly come with weapons. You could turn around in just a split second. Or something, you have to be mentally prepared for anything that takes place. As soon as we can see a gallon of it and know that it is here, we will take them down.
Outrider kill.
He's here. He's here. He's here.
In Mississippi, alcohol beverage control agents are using a confidential informant to set up a sting to try and catch a moonshine bootlegger. When the CI takes off his hat, it's the signal that he's got eyes on the moonshine.
Hey, police, get on the ground, 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 get on the ground. Spread your hands.
You have any narcotics, any weapons, anything on you?
Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, total 11 gallons.
I mean, I said a little bit trash like that, but I mean, this would definitely kill you. The detail went well. It was textbook perfect. He did have moonshine and did have a weapon in the vehicle. So, I mean, that's always something that's involved with these guys. All right, you're under arrest for possession of moonshine, unless you want to help yourself and you know the drill.
The agents want to flip the bootlegger and make him turn in his supplier further up the chain.
You got just a couple of minutes to do some soul searching and make your mind up. If not, I'm going to save you the vehicle. You ain't getting it back. You're going to be charged with second offense. You're going to spend about 60 days in the county jail. Choice is yours.
Threatened with jail and the loss of his car, the bootlegger is under pressure.
All right, you done some soul searching?
I'll go. Alright.
Let's see, can I get him?
Alright, where's he living? He living out without. You think he can cross over to Mississippi and bring you about 10 guns?
We can't go to Alabama. Gang. Well, I got the money and 7 more and push for time to meet me halfway somewhere.
Rusty needs to lure the bootlegger supplier across the state line into his jurisdiction to make the arrest.
He's agreed to cooperate with us and to try to help us catch a bigger fish, maybe. He's going to attempt to make some purchases. Hey, I need 7 more of them. Gallon. You beat me somewhere.
The bootlegger's so nervous he's shaking. Hello? And his supplier might have smelled a rat.
Yeah, just on we're gonna talk on the phone.
Mr. Big slips through their grasp today, but Rusty is upbeat.
It's going as good as we expected, even if we get anything else or not the rest of the day. This has been a successful operation.
But taking down the bigger players is never going to be easy because of the Moonshiner Code.
There's a bond between moonshiners. They don't rat nobody out. They have a bond. There's a limited supply of moonshine out there, and they don't want to give their supplier up for fear that they can't replace them.
Deep in moonshine country, Roscoe is making his first sale of the day.
Why you ran the risk? Turned into reward. Like a little money to pay for our work. He's picking up 3 gallons. I got about $30 overhead in it. I got about a $90 markup on each gallon, so we ought to make $270 right here. Profit. Kind of quick.
Roscoe's buyer is right on time, and the deal is over in seconds.
All right. All the money is there. That's what we're looking for. Let's get the hell out of here.
That's all of those. Now we're gonna have to box it up.
Back in Tennessee, Chris and Rebecca have a tight bond with their bootlegger. Today, they're preparing another order. The mason jars will attract attention, so it's crucial they disguise them.
People get kind of questioned. Well, they'll be like, what are you doing with all them jars back here? So you put it in a box like this, we seal them back. It just looks like you've got an unopened box of oil in the back of your truck. I know basically kind of where it's going, because I like to keep track of it a little bit. And I know that they sell it for more money. Well, all right, well, that's fine. I'm not going to go up in price because they're making more money off of it. Again, if I go up in price, it's going to sit here. I don't want it to sit here. I want it gone.
In any black market supply chain, each point of sale is a weak link.
As soon as you sell it or transport it is a felony. So a lot more of the risk falls on the next guy.
Ohio Mike is the main distributor for Chris and Rebecca's moonshine, both locally and out of state.
I'll get back with you the next one.
Definitely.
Today's
I'm gonna stop the live
delivery,
stream because too much.
but if he's caught,
You're not even
Mike
talking
still
to the live
faces
stream.
severe
I know.
consequences.
That's how I'm gonna stop.
It definitely could be bad. Oh, I can go to prison for a while.